Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another weekly reading vlog. It feels so good to say that because I'm in a reading slump, like a big reading slump. Let me explain. So, last week I went on a trip to Colorado, which was so lovely, but I had loftier reading ambitions than I think met the occasion. So I had planned to do this whole video where I brought 4 literary fiction books with me on vacation to try to find my next completionist author. And let me just tell you, like, trying to read 4 literary fiction books when I just want to be reading popcorn reads was not it. I made it through 2 of them, which I will chat with you about in my monthly wrap up. Neither of them were terrible. Neither of them were favorites, but it all kind of left me in a reading slump because I abandoned the vlog and I just didn't want to keep going with it. Long story short, I will put in some of my Colorado footage into this vlog because I did get some really pretty video of the mountains and I think it would make for some great B-roll, but this is a new week. New adventures, and my number one goal this week is to get me out of this reading slump. So I have literally gone through my shelves and selected every fluffy book that I think, or not fluffy, every book on my summer TBR that I think I'm just going to fly through. So that is what we're doing today. Did I mention that it is Friday? I'm starting a reading vlog on Friday. These usually go up on Sunday. So I have a little bit more time. I'm probably being a little bit ambitious with the number of books that I've picked for this vlog, but I just want to kind of have some things to mood read from and a little bit of structure, but not too much structure. So the first book that I picked is, I think, the book that everybody has been turning to this spring, summer to get them out of a reading slump, and that is The Hunger Games. I read this back when it came out. I remember very vividly, in my high school math class, reading it. And I haven't really delved back into the world at all since I read the original trilogy. I've not read any of the new releases, but I did love the original trilogy when it came out. And I also thought that they were super readable, super page turning, grippy. You know, I think this is the moment, this is the task that The Hunger Games was made for. Yes, this is a dystopian novel. I think people know what The Hunger Games is about, but should be pretty fast-paced, and I think something that I should be able to read through pretty quickly. Wouldn't it be funny if this vlog just turns into me rereading the whole Hunger Games trilogy? It could happen. Next, we have a popcorny thriller. So I got this out from the library, Count My Lies by Sophie Stava. I saw Ellen Made Book Club. Ellen Made Book Club? I think that's the name of her channel. I'll link it. She read this recently, and I don't remember if she loved it or not, but I remember listening to her talk about the book intrigued me. So it's about a woman who's kind of a pathological liar and the twists and turns of that. This is, again, pretty short. I think this will be a really quick thriller that will be easy to get through. Next up, I picked a couple of romance books. So the first one is China Rich Girlfriend by Kevin Kwan. I read Lies and Weddings last summer by Kevin Kwan and just loved it. I raced through that, ate that up. And this is the second book in the Crazy Rich Asian series, and I've only ever read the first book and seen the first movie. I don't actually know if there are more movies. I'm not sure. But it just felt like a perfect opportunity to get back into the series, pick this up again. These are very pacey, quick, ridiculous, rompy books about this woman who is engaged to this man. That happens in the first book. That's probably a spoiler. And I think this one is about her wedding, but very quick, rompy books. I also picked up It's a Love Story. I saw this at Target, and it's been getting a little bit of buzz on BookTube recently, and it was also on the Modern Mrs. Darcy's Summer Reading Guide, and she never leads me astray with romance books. This is a friends to lovers or enemies to lovers second chance romance situation about a movie maker trying to get her break. So should be fun. And I've heard that overall this is pretty fast paced and easy to get through. And finally, Um, this month for my in-person book club that I do with some friends who live locally, we picked World War II historical fiction. And we ended up picking this book, Lilac Girls, that's been on my shelf forever. And so while this is definitely not like a popcorn read, I do tend to really enjoy World War II historical fictions and like just get wrapped up in them. So I probably will read this more towards the end of the vlog because our book club meeting is like 3 days after this vlog will finish. But I think this also might be like a plotty book. So the reading plans are a little ambitious. By a little, I mean a lot ambitious. But I just want like a good reading week, a good quintessential summer, like read on the patio with a smoothie and just enjoy my reading life and not feel too stressed out about things. I'm thinking I'm going to start with this just because it's short. It seems like I'll just race through this, and I have 2 romances, so I kind of want to like separate those. I don't think I want to read 2 romances in a row. So I think I'm going to get started with this tonight and see what I think of it. Otherwise, Tyler is working late tonight, so I'm just chilling at home. I'm going to make myself some dinner, brew myself some tea, and just like binge read, enjoy the summer evening vibes. So I'm filming downstairs because my reading room is literally around 100 degrees Fahrenheit. We do not have air conditioning in all of the rooms of the house, that being one of them. So we just closed the door and made that, off limits while the heat wave is coming through. The rest of the house is also burning hot. Like my wax melts are literally melted outside of the wax melter. That's where we're at. And I'm over it. But tomorrow looks like it's going to be a little bit better. We did order a whole nother air conditioning unit for our upstairs because neither of us have been able to sleep super well. And the cats are sometimes panting a little bit. So we're just trying to make it through. Everyone is intact currently. But I did want to give you guys a little bit of a reading update because I have made some progress. So first off, I ended up finishing It's a Love Story. I gave this 3 stars. This is very average all around. We're following a character who's very much like a Zooey Deschanel, new girl, quirky type of vibe. And she's a budding director in the film industry. And she comes across a script that she really likes, and she's trying to get it made into a film, but she's not having a lot of success with people wanting to pick it up and fund the project. And it happens that she was a childhood star back in the day with a guy named Jack, who is now a very famous recording artist. So she's trying to like get him to promote this movie. And of course, there is a romance with her and this other guy named Dan, who is the cinematographer for this project. And it's definitely a hate to love romance. He's kind of a grumpy guy, a few spicy scenes, but definitely not like super spicy for this one. I just didn't really think that there was anything super special here, anything that really captured my interest. Like peak Emily Henry, peak Abby Jimenez was more engaging to me than this. But if you're looking for like a fun, very pacey summer romance with not too much steam in it, you might enjoy this one. After that, I was like needed to cleanse myself of the sickly sweetness from that book. So I decided to pick up Count My Lies, which is, of course, a mystery thriller about a pathological liar. So this woman, Sloane, basically, like every single part of her life is a lie. Everything that she says is a lie. Her occupation, her name she tells people is a lie. But one day she is at the park and she sees a young girl named Harper who gets stung by a bee, and she kind of becomes embroiled in this couple's relationship, young family, and becomes a nanny for them. And it kind of goes from there. It sounds like things are not quite as they seem with this couple. And so you don't know who to believe, what's really going on. So far, this has been really plotty and really enjoyable. I've been tandem reading this with the audiobook, so I am now on chapter 6. Gonna move my bookmark, and it's definitely gripping me. It's keeping my attention. I think I'll be annoyed with the twist of this if it's just everything I told you was a lie at the beginning of this story. Like, I want it to be like some of this to be true, or it's just kind of a pointless string of sentences. But I don't know. I'm interested. I'm intrigued. So enjoying this one so far. And then I think after I tandem read that, it is going to be Hunger Games time. Although not sure that I'm going to get to that today. This evening, I'm going out for sushi happy hour with my friend Charlotte, and then we're going to also do some trivia. I don't work today, so just getting some life tasks, some admin done, and trying to not melt in this heat. All right, so it's currently Thursday, and we now have a new air conditioning unit in this room, which is very exciting that I finally get to be back in my reading room, although it is not like the most aesthetic vibe ever, but that's fine, you know? Cold air, being comfortable is more important than having an aesthetic thing in your reading room at the hottest time of the year. The last few days of my life have been bananas. Let me start with yesterday. So I had a dental cleaning yesterday. I went to the dentist, regularly scheduled appointment. I was like, this is going to be fine. And I go every 6 months. Like, I'm pretty religious about going to the dentist because I, want to stay on top of things. And 6 months ago, I was like totally fine. This time, I was not totally fine. They found 4 new cavities, which I don't know how that happens. Like, I floss every day. I brush my teeth 2 times a day. I use a fluoride mouthwash. I don't know. Regardless, that's what they found. And I came out of my dental cleaning and they're like, hey, do you want to just get these done today? Just get them filled. And I was like, whatever. Anxiety builds things up over time. Let me just get it over with, get it done. And so what I thought was going to be like a quick snip, snip, snap type of thing ended up being like a 2.5 hour long chaotic situation with 10 shots of lidocaine in my gums, and just, we got there. I would not want to go through that again. The dentist was so lovely. I could tell that she was very flustered, and I was like, girl, I'm right there with you. Let's just get through this together. She was so awesome. but it was just like a really long day. I haven't really been able to eat a lot of solid foods. I have to figure out like what's going on with why this happened, because I think I was doing everything right, but clearly I wasn't. So figuring that part out, and yeah, fun times all around. But dentist drama aside, I did get to finish Count My Lies this morning with my new little air conditioning unit. I gave this 3 stars. I feel like every book review, I'm like, I'm intrigued, and then I gave this 3 stars, but that's just me at the moment. That's just how life is. I thought the twist at the end of this was like so beyond ridiculous that I didn't believe it, and it just felt silly. Like, I liked the moral of the story, but the twist was silly. So, yeah, 3 stars. It was fine. It isn't like a favorite mystery thriller of the year. If you do like something with lots of twists and turns, maybe you'd like this. Just they weren't the most realistic thing. I haven't really got to do much of reading today because it's been a get my life together kind of day. I've been doing a lot of meal prep, but I am going to pick up Hunger Games this evening. Bookmark is just in here for funsies, but I haven't actually started it. So going to do a little bit more meal prep, a few more things that I need to get done today, and then going to finish up reading this with a cup of tea on the couch. I have a little glass of Spindrift to cap off this Friday night. This is the blood orange tangerine flavor, and I'm so used to LaCroix and the color being clear, so it really weirds me out that there's a color to this, but I'm going to try it. It's very refreshing. I think it tastes a little bit more like real tasting than LaCroix, although I think LaCroix will always have my heart, but maybe I'll become a little bit of a Spindrift girl too. I do have a few little things for you. First is an unboxing, another ravioli package. And then I have a first reading update for the Hunger Games. So let's see what is in here. It is the one, the only Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Clarence, no Spindrift for you, honey. I have been a little bit divided about a lot of the Taylor Jenkins Reid books. I loved 7 Husbands. I didn't so much love Malibu Rising, and those are the only 2 I've read. So this will be an interesting adventure for me. People seem to be giving this one really good reviews. Also, these end pages, hold on, we gotta take a moment for this. Beautiful. All right, so won't be having time to pick up this in this vlog, but certainly we'll be picking this up very shortly because this is one of my most anticipated releases for the entire summer. So for my reading update, I have made it about 114 pages into the Hunger Games, and I am inhaling this. I don't know what it is about this. Clarence, honey. I don't know what it is about this book, but I think because I know the story so well and I know the movie, it feels like I'm watching a movie when I read it. It's very vivid. It's very easily readable and digestible, but pretty well written. And I have just been loving it so far. So they made it to the Capitol and they're like starting that part of the book. And I think that the plot is like really starting to ramp up. And again, I do know where this is going. I do know what is going to happen, but it's still really, really fun to read. Somebody, I don't remember who it was a while ago, I was watching on YouTube, said that this is like the best reading slump buster. Gilbert, hold on. Oh no, he's getting out. He was hiding in the shoe rack. That's his favorite hiding from Clarence spot. And I really agree. Like, I felt a hunger to pick this up in a way that I haven't for about a month now. And is it just this book? Is it every book? I don't know. But I really, really have been enjoying reading this today, and rediscovering even like the little moments that I didn't remember in here has just been extremely enjoyable and lovely. So gonna read this on the couch with my Spindrift. Gonna go put my new Taylor Jenkins Reid on my bookshelf and finish out a kind of chill Friday night. So Tyler works till 11 today, and then I work all weekend, and I also work today. So it's just kind of a low key, not like stressful shifts, but I'm still working, and so yeah, I'm not having a lot of time to like go gallivanting around, but I am having a little bit of time to read. slump is over thanks to this book. Not necessarily to this whole week of reading, but I love this so much. And I forgot that like hunger, for lack of a better word, that like drive to pick up a book, that like pure addictiveness, like I cannot put the book down. I forgot what that felt like because I haven't felt that in such a long time. And this brought that back, which was so lovely. Writing was so good. Like the characterization was so good. I was crying. I was rooting for the characters, even though I knew what was going to happen. So good. So freaking good. It holds up. And if you're in a reading slump, just read this and you will get out of a reading slump. I gave this 5 stars. I don't know if it's like a memory 5 stars and like a nostalgia 5 stars, but it truly felt like a 5-star reading experience. And so I just have to give it what it felt like to me. I've ordered the rest of the trilogy in paperback because I think I had Catching Fire at one point in hardback, but I truly don't know where it is. So that will be coming in and those books will be coming up in future vlogs. But this was a big win. So I did not quite make it to this book this week, but that is okay. Plenty of days left of the summer where I can pick up this and hopefully I will enjoy that one just as much. I will tell you that I have made it like halfway through this one, but I'm not going to talk about it here. I'm going to talk about it in my June wrap up because I'm not going to be able to finish it up like in time for this vlog and it's already Monday. But tune into my June wrap up for my thoughts of Lilac Girls. So to wrap up this reading vlog, first off, I read It's a Love Story and I ended up giving this a 3 stars. Just felt like kind of a run-of-the-mill average romance to me. I didn't really get the hype of it being more than that, but maybe this author just like isn't my Abby Jimenez, my Emily Henry, but I know for some people she certainly is. So 3 stars for this one. Then I really enjoyed my reading experience of Count My Lies by Sophie Stava. However, the end was a little ridiculous. And so while this was very readable, I couldn't give it more than 3 stars. And finally, I truly broke the reading slump with The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins, which I gave a resounding 5 stars and I absolutely loved the reading experience of. And reading slump, who is she? I am back. I'm back on it. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it to the end of this video, leave me a bow and arrow emoji. I'm pretty sure there is one for The Hunger Games, which is the book that broke my reading slump. And with that, I will see you guys very soon with another video. Bye.